Okay, we are now doing differences of squares part 3. Get into even a slightly more complicated example. Remember, our formula for difference of squares is a squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. As long as I have a square in the first term, a square in the second term, and a minus in between them, I can factor that. So let's get to our question. X to the power of 4 minus 16. Off the top, the first one doesn't really look like a square, but it is. I can actually split x squared up into x squared squared. Because when you take the power of a power, you multiply the two of them. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then this 16 is the same as 4 squared. So I'm going to use a variable for x. Let w equal x squared. So now I have w squared minus 4 squared, which I can break down into w plus 4 and w minus 4. If you're confused about what I did, you need to watch my previous video, working with factoring differences of squares part 2. Let's keep on going here. Now I can substitute my x squared in for my w. So, going up here to the side, I have my w is x squared plus 4 times, once again, w again, which is x squared minus 4. And it looks like I'm done. But I'm not, because I can factor this even further. If you have a good look at it, this one right here, you can't go much further than that. But if I look at this one right here, x squared minus 4, I have another difference of squares. X squared is a square, 4 is a square, and I have a negative sign in between the two of them. So I'm going to keep solving this question. Now the beginning part, the x squared plus 4, is just going to keep getting carried on. I'm just going to tag along like a kid brother. But the second part, I can break down into x, because it's the square root of x, square root, and I got an x again, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 4 is 2, put a plus on one, a negative on the other. I now have broken this equation down as much as I can. And the answer is that right there. So always take a look at your answer and make sure it can't be broken down any further than you have already.